Hi everyone, this is me. Again, I didn't really set time aside to do a proper talk, so what are you gonna do? Now taking a college class, there's just more stuff coming on, so it's harder to make time to do all of this stuff. I also have another channel that I'm trying to sustain as well, so yeah, a lot of stuff, hard to do all of it. But I'm gonna do a little bit of a story here. I don't know if you know this little toy. This is something I had when I was a kid, and I was recently reminded of it because I was going to play a game of TF2 and someone had named Fox Boy, and I used to call this toy Mr. Fox Guy, despite the fact that I think it was a female. What are you going to do? No, kids will be kids. And that name reminded me of Mr. Fox Guy, so I'm like, oh, I remember this. And I also remember one time I tried taking it to school as sort of a show and tell thing in 4th grade. And this story will tell you just how, quote unquote, great some people are as special ed instructors and aides. I tried taking it to school. It was going to be like the first of a bunch of things I was going to take in. I was going to take in like plants. I was going to take in this and that. So I took it in and I put it down next to me to like get my boots off because it was winter. It was like trying to take my boots off, get everything set up, put my coat on the rack. And then I look down again, and it's gone. And of course, I'm not happy about this. I'm like, wait, where the fuck did it go? Did someone take it? So I started asking around, and like no one would tell me anything. And I thought someone stole it or something. So I was like asking all the teachers what was going on, writing down clues and lists of stuff. And my aide's like, don't worry about it. And another person there was like, well, I didn't take it. So really couldn't find any information out about it, so I just had to give up. And it turns out at the end of the day, my aide, being the bitch that she was, and I do mean that, fucking brings it out and she's like, okay, now you can have it back. So what? You took it from me. You took it from me. As someone who has special needs, no less. Just seriously, you took it from me and you hid it. And you didn't tell me you hid it. You just let me sit there and worry thinking somebody stole it from me, thinking it was gone forever, and knowing full well, because I was asking you how important this was to me and how much it was bothering me, and you saw all of this, and you just sat there and watched, and you knew exactly where it was. You knew that nothing was going to happen to it, but you let me worry, because why? You're an asshole? Yeah, fucking asshole. Like, can you believe this? This is who they let be aides sometimes, right? Needless to say, that ruined the whole show and tell thing. I was like, I had a huge list. I was all excited about it. Got ruined because the aide just fucking took it. And, no, she fucking thought like, oh, I'm just going to hide it and give it back to him at the end of the day because I'm an asshole. Like, even if it was breaking a rule, you owe it to the person to show it to them and say, listen, you can't have this. I'll take it and I'll give it back. At least then they know, okay, it's not stolen. But the way she handled it was just awful. And I don't know if anyone else there knew about it, but the fact that if they did and they didn't say anything, they're just as bad as she is. And I mean, this was a special ed class with special ed aides, special ed teachers and stuff. They should know better than anybody how fucked up it is to do that to somebody in their class. It's one thing to fucking do that when you don't know anything and you're just blissfully unaware. It's still a dick move, but at least you could maybe claim I didn't know because I haven't had experience with it, how much this affected the person, and maybe if the stars aligned, I'd believe you. But you're trained to work with people with disabilities, and you do this to them. You should fucking know better than this. This is just inexcusable. And there's other instances of that too. One time I was cold and I wanted to go inside from recess early, and she told some people that I thought were my friends, hey, don't let him in. So they're running around the fucking school, going to different doors to make sure I can't enter them when they exit them. Literally did not fucking talk to either of them for forever because of that, because I was pissed off. It's like, where's the loyalty? I thought you were my friends, but I guess not. Your loyalty's with the fucking teacher. You could have just ran out of sight and then said, okay, no one's looking, here you go. But the fact that the aide put them up to that too, it's like, this is who they hire as fucking aides sometimes. I really should talk about my other one-on-one aides I've had, because a lot of them are pretty shitty, honestly. I'm not saying all of them. I'm not saying I was easy to deal with all the time, but, some of them were just fucking assholes and control freaks. And some of them, like the one I'm talking about, just had no sense of common decency. Like the fact that you go around telling people to not let someone in the building because they're cold. You just say, hey, you know, don't run around and don't let them in. And the fact that you would fucking take something like this from me and hide it. And you knew how upset it was making me that I couldn't find it, and you didn't tell me. Even though you knew exactly where it was and you knew it was safe. Just inexcusable. And it makes it that much worse when you're talking about somebody who's working with special needs kids. You know, there's no quality control with these people, it seems. There really isn't. At least there wasn't when I was growing up. Maybe things have changed since then, but I kind of doubt it. I mean, people like that honestly should not be working in education, period. You know, that's dick behavior. That's what I expect like a teenager to do. And you're a full-grown adult who should know better. And yet you have no empathy. You just fucking do your thing, and you sit there and watch kids get stressed out, trying to get in the building when they're cold, and pit their so-called friends against them, and trying to fucking, you know, find something that they thought was stolen from them, and you know exactly what it is, and you don't even say anything. It's just inexcusable behavior. You know, I really should talk about my one-on-one aides, because a lot of them were fucking assholes. A lot of them fucking were. And they get away with it too, because the problem is how many people like me are fucking Mensa members that can speak up about shit like this. You know, can realize how fucked up it is to be treated that way and understand that they shouldn't be treated like this, and can speak up about it. A lot of people with disabilities, they can't speak up for themselves. They're just like too disabled. You know, they can't. How are you supposed to speak up for yourself if you can't even talk? How are you supposed to speak up for yourself if you're literally like mentally retarded? You know, not trying to be insulting, like literally you are mentally retarded. How are you supposed to speak up for yourself and defend yourself? You know, you're not helpless, not saying that at all, but like, I'm going to be honest with you, like, you can't expect them to, you know, it's like they're little kids. They have a brain of a little kid. You can't expect them to defend themselves like an adult would. And that's why it's especially cowardly to do things like this to them. I think it's dickish to do this to kids anyways. Like, that aide was a fucking bitch. But I suppose I've ranted enough for this video. It's already late Sunday. I can't go on forever. I need to actually edit and upload this at some point, because then if I wait much longer, then YouTube's algorithm won't promote my channel. So, yeah. Miss Bennett, fuck you.